Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mark Kollar. For 35 years, I've helped retirees protect their money. And along the way, I've collected real stories, the ones that stick with you and you can't forget. This is real life story number 4. Please listen carefully. Up until last year, I hosted a radio show right here in Chicago called Retirement and Income Radio, named 560. I'm also the author of The Retirement Navigator. Every week, people called in. Most had simple questions, but every now and then someone called in dire straits. One afternoon, a woman called and she was weeping. She lived up in Milwaukee. She couldn't drive anymore. For more than 20 years, she'd worked in an office right down the street from her house. Steady, convenient, the kind of job you could build a life around. Then at age 72, they let her go. 2 years later, at age 74, she called my show. She asked if I would drive up to Milwaukee and meet her at a coffee shop. I said yes without hesitating. That's the job. You help people when they're in dire straits. We sat down and she slid a stack of statements across the table. She told me she'd made an investment decision, but was terrified that she made a dire mistake. Honestly, when I first looked, everything looked fine. A real account, real holdings. I didn't understand what the problem even was. So let me tell you what she did. She had $425,000 in her 401k, her entire working life sitting in that one account. She was nervous about the economy. She wanted to feel safe. So she did what millions of people do now. She went online. She searched up, she searched down, left and right for something that felt secure. And she found an online broker, and she moved all $425,000 to them. That broker was a precious metals dealer selling what are called numismatic coins. In other words, collectible coins. And on day one, about $200,000 of her retirement was simply gone. Now, how's that even possible? Here's how. Numismatic coins don't have a fixed price. Their value is basically whatever the dealer says it is. Now, they did give her real gold and silver. We verified that. It was actually in the account. But she had been sold a pile of foreign collectible coins at more than double what they were really worth. 100% markup baked right in the moment she bought them. Now, I need you to hear this clearly. This was not a freak accident. This is a playbook, unfortunately. Federal and state regulators, the CFTC, FINRA, and state securities agencies have been warning retirees about this exact scam for years. They found that these collectible coins are routinely sold to seniors at premiums of 40 to as much as 200% above the metal's real value. And the pitch is always the same. First, they scare you about the economy and your savings. Then they pose as wealth protection firms. Then they get you to move your 401k or IRA and sell you metal at 2 to 3 times what it's worth. Obviously, that's not every single company, but we're going to show you the stats in a little bit. The people running these schemes target one group on purpose, folks that are in or near retirement, sitting on a nest egg, and the numbers are staggering. According to the FBI, in 2024, Americans over 60 reported nearly 4.9 billion lost to fraud across more than 147,000 complaints. And investment scams were the costliest category of all. Now add one more thing. We are living in the age of the internet, and now AI is coming online. Everything online looks polished, official, trustworthy, a slick website, a confident voice, a few 5-star reviews. So let me say this plainly. Looking legitimate and being legitimate are two very different things. Don't ever assume that because it's online that it's safe. But I want to be fair to this woman. because the real lesson isn't about coins. It's about how the decision got made. She told me that her husband told her not to do it. Her friends told her not to do it. Her family told her not to do it. Here's the problem. She did it anyway because it felt good, because she had already decided she was right. I'm going to buy gold. It's going to take off like a rocket, and I'll finally feel safe. That right there is the trap. And it isn't about being foolish. She was a smart, hard-working woman. It's that when we go to it alone with our retirement, we tend to believe what we want to believe. We listen to people who agree with us, and we tune out everyone who doesn't. And unfortunately, there's no one in the room whose only job is to look out for us when you make those lone decisions. I gave her the name of an attorney and a contact at the state. Now, whether she ever pursued it, I don't know. I never saw her again. And that's the part that stays with me. So here's the moral, plain and simple. Before you move your life savings, before you act on anything you found online, get a second set of eyeballs on it. Specifically, talk to a registered investment advisor or someone who's clearly licensed, who works as a fiduciary. That word matters. A fiduciary is legally required to put your interests first. Not a salesman, not a website, someone sitting on your side of the table. Please don't wing it with the money that you worked 30 to 40 years to build. If this story hits home, do me 3 quick things. Hit like, it helps more retirees find this video. Subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss on our next real story. And grab my free report in the comments section below, the 7 mistakes retirees make. It's free. Just enter your email. It'll end up right in your inbox. Stay tuned for more. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. I'm Mark Kollar. Take care of yourself. Take care of the people you love.